What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Sam's Wrecking Yard. Today I'll be working on my wife's 1981 XR100 Honda. We inherited this from her father. Hasn't run in a couple years. I've had it running, but now it don't run. Let's get into it. Right now, I need to figure out how to make it run. What's good, YouTube? Welcome to Sam's Wrecking Yard. First off, got to drain the fuel, see if we can get it to fire over. We got to check the spark. I got a new spark plug. I got new inner tubes. I got brand new tires for it. Never done any of this except for the engine stuff. So here we go. So the first thing I want to do today is I'm going to check to see if I get spark out of here at all. So what I'm going to do is just remove my spark, lay it down, kick the starter a couple times, see if she even rolls over. Oh yeah. Check the oil. I may have oil kicking around. If not, I'll gotta go buy some. Where are you? There you are. That actually doesn't look too bad. This spark plug appears to be a 5/8. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I wonder if that's why I couldn't get it running. I bet you I had it backed out too far. So when you're doing this, all you gotta do is figure out a way to get it to some kind of ground. So we got really good spark. A little bit of luck, maybe it's just fuel we need. We got lots of old fuel. Yep, smells like paint thinner. So what we're gonna do is actually remove it from this here, the fuel shut off and selector thing. I'm gonna pop that off. I have nothing to put on there. I'm just realizing this now. And then we're gonna stick it in there. Approved gas catch can. Yep. And we just let that gravity feed. Well, all right then. Turn the fuel on. Oops, on. Let's give it a crank, see what happens. So this little monkey here is our carburetor. And I have a feeling that's where our issue is now. So what happens to these things, any small engine, if you let the fuel sit in it like as I did, generally you got to pull these apart, clean them up, brake clean, carburetor cleaner, what have you, because what happens is your float bowl gets stuck, your jets can get plugged, and just sediment, just bad, ugly stuff, which is what I'm guessing is what we're dealing with right now. Looks like I got a 10mm on both sides of this piece. Got to remove the throttle cable, remove the air breather, remove the fuel line, and that's about it. Now, when you're removing your throttle cable, be mindful that there is a spring in there that can and will get lost on you if given the chance. All right, there we go. All right, so you see how everything's stuck in there like that? It's not supposed to happen. See, the throttle is almost glued in position there. I can guarantee you that is not how that's supposed to be. Yeah, she is all kinds of gummed up. Yummy. So you see that residue? It's all gasoline varnish. Anyway, this got to get cleaned, all that residue that's on there. This has got to get cleaned from all the residue that's on it. Because in here, that whole dead center down there, that's the one where that stick, that long tube goes in. And then that big cylinder sits inside of this whole hole there. And that's for your throttle. All right, so I got to get this tore down, get it cleaned. I got to go find my stuff. All right, so we're back for day 2. And yesterday I couldn't get it fired up without putting fuel down into the spark plug hole. So I obviously have a fueling issue. It's going to the carb but not through the carb. So we got to pull the carburetor back off, dive a little bit deeper into it, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride. All right, something else I wanted to show you guys. I believe that, oh, it's not a 9/16, that this bolt on the left side of the bike, this bolt on the right side of the bike, I believe are the brackets to remove this seat. 2. There we go. Got the answer for the seat. I believe if I can get my A screwdriver in on that one. So this is the air tube, and this is where our filter would go. So I believe if I undo this, or actually I think what I'm going to do instead is undo these what appear to be 3/8 or 10mm bolts, could be 7/16. Ooh, yummy. I think it might be time for a new filter housing thing. Although my filter itself looks good. Okay, what do we got going here? So now we remember, I had through Phillips head screws that hold it in. This is the float bowl. So there's basically absolutely nothing in my float bowl, which is not a good sign. So I'm assuming the culprit is this one here, but I would also like to shoot some, because this is the fuel inlet here. I would like to shoot something down there to see if we can free up whatever might be gunking that up as well. So let's go ahead and just shoot in here and see what happens. Nothing good. Got it. So nothing happened there. Let's go ahead and remove the float bowl, or the float mechanism here. So inside here, I don't know if you guys can see that very well. Anyway, inside here, down here, there's this little thing here is actually a clip that goes around a piece inside. That's what I'm trying to get off right now. That. Now does this pin pull out? Yummy, look at that. Look at that gunk. So I ended up being able to eventually just push this out of those two holes there. So this just kind of pressure fitted in. It took a bit, but I got it. Oh, look at that. So when we first started this adventure, this piece here was stuck solid. Now I can push it in. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera or not. So what the float does is it sits in there until it fills up enough. And then this tab here, that dimple, depresses this piece on top, and that tells the fuel to stop flowing. So I believe that is our issue right there, as to why we're not getting fuel. With a little bit of luck, something should drain out of there, right? Yep. Now is there a way to take that float out? It's spinning. I don't know what that means, but it's spinning inside. Oh, there it is. Look at that, y'all. That is not supposed to look like that. And we'll just clean the hell out of that. Wow, it was tarnished like horribly. Is tarnished horribly. And that, my friends, is why when you store anything with small engines, including your vehicles, honestly, that is what gums up everything, is old fuel. Basically, the rule of thumb is that any small engine that's been left sitting and won't run for somebody, you just pull apart the carburetor. In my experience, 90% of the time, that's the issue. All right, fuel inlet. There it is. That was our culprit right there, was that float. And again, you don't have to tighten these things down too much. Just give it a good little tight squeeze so it ain't going anywhere when you're riding. Now for reassembly. Or if I can just simply install this. And then will this just slide in and on? Is that what I'm seeing here? Ooh, look at that. All right. All right, so that float that we pulled out and cleaned, the little tiny one, that's moving up and down freely. This is moving up and down freely. Got our pin reinstalled, jets reinstalled. By golly, let's just put us all back together and see what we can't do. Right? Right, folks? Right? At the census we're all at. Okay, sounds good. Yep. Works for me. Now remember, on the inside there, way down there, is this screw. Lines up at the big side. So we seen last night that we got good spark, and I did fire it up off camera before, like I said. So I pulled the spark plug, put raw fuel down, plugged it all back in, just very little fuel, just enough to have something in the chamber to blow up, combust, and it fired, so I know it runs. She's got good oil in it. Probably should do an oil change just because, but I don't have time for that right now. So this sticks under there somehow. There it is, under that tab. So now we're on to changing the front tire. I'm gonna try to tonight, running out of daylight. So on the left side, I have a 14mm nut. On the right side, I have, I believe it's an 11/16 castle nut. Castle nut meaning, even that's a little bit loose. Castle nut meaning it's got a hole through it. A hole there. It talks about those teeth coming up out of it, because that's when you can put a cotter pin through it. Let's go ahead and get to loosening this thing. It's just one big shaft. There again is that castle nut. And I have other cotter pins, hopefully one of them fits. Next they say to release the brake cable from the arm. So almost got it. There's that. Now, I believe on most bikes, you don't need to do that. Take this arm off. Just made it easier for me. Run that all the way down, off the screw, be able to pull up. And so just like on that arm, there's a slit in there that frees the cable. All right, now theory states that you try not to kill yourself. There we go. So right now, I am dealing with this nut. That is on the valve stem. There we go. Something called a bead buddy. So it says to slip the slot of the bead buddy over the spoke opposite from where you wish to begin tire removal. The bead buddy 2 should now be positioned so that the bottom plate is pushing the tire bead into the center of the rim. This will facilitate pulling the tire over the edge of the rim, easing the removal and installation of your tire. Everybody that knows what they're doing is probably just cringing right now. I'll get there eventually. Alright, now, are these directional? I doubt it, but front use only. car. Well, at the very least, this tire says that way's the front. So considering this is my brake side, this is how the tire is supposed to go on. All right. Now there's the hole for this thing. Well, for all intents and purposes, she's on. Let me just finish winding that in first. Well, I hate to say it, but I think I put a hole in my brand new tube. Somewhere up here, put a hole. Well, I tried. I will go buy a patch kit tomorrow, apparently. Okay, so that's it for tonight. Going to make supper.